When you skip or you jump, both feet are off the ground. Welcome to Jewish Meditation with Rabbi G. We are continuing the series of Ancient Wisdom for Contemporary Living, and we're doing a couple of sessions on the upcoming festival of Pesach. So when we talk about the festival of Passover, the festival of Pesach, the word Pesach itself means jumping, skipping. It originates in the story where on the final plague of the 10 plagues before Passover, the plague of the firstborn, God promised that the Jewish people will be spared from that plague and he will pass over, he will jump over the Jewish houses and so on. But the concept of Pesach generally has to do with the idea of jumping over, skipping over. Now, what does all this mean? We have explained many times that the concept of personal freedom is the idea of growth, going beyond ourselves. The theme of the Pesach festival is this idea that we all have our own personal Egypt, our own personal prison, our own personal limitations where we become locked and we become trapped in who we are and fail to take the next step, to go beyond our comfort zone, to grow beyond what we perceive are our inhibitions and insecurities and limitations. The idea of becoming a more spiritual person, an improved person, a better person, a more refined person. And this concept of going out of our personal Egypt is something that we're supposed to do every day of the year, but there's a special emphasis and a special energy that happens during the festival of Pesach. Pesach, we revisit in a very emphasized way personal exodus, personal freedom to free ourselves from ourselves. This is one of the ideas of eating of matzah, when we eat matzah on Pesach. The matzah doesn't rise. We know that the sources tell us that the idea of chametz, leavened bread, rising bread, not being allowed on Pesach is the symbol of ego. When something rises, the symbol of selfishness, ego, centricity, and so on. On Pesach, we try to let go of our ego completely to the point where we eat matzah. Matzah is not allowed to rise even a little bit. In other words, we show that true growth and true redemption comes from letting go of our own self, letting go of our negative ego, and graduating it is something completely different. Now, there are different ways of growing, and this is the concept of Pesach. There's a Kabbalistic idea that in Tanakh, in the Bible, angels are referred to as omdim, stationary beings, whereas human beings are called mehalchim, walking beings. What's the difference? Angels, as holy and as perfect as they are created in a way where they don't grow. They don't become something different than who they are. They are created in the way they're created, which might be very good, but they don't have the opportunity of growth. Human beings, on the other hand, are mehalchim, they walk. Walking means that we walk and we're able to grow. We're able to go from one place to another. We're able to leave one place and go to another. But within growth itself, walking isn't as great and as emphasized as the concept of skipping, which is the energy of Pesach. When one walks, you take one foot in front of the other. You keep taking a step. When you put one foot forward, your other foot still is connected to where you were before. So it's incremental growth, and it's not a complete disconnect. It's not a complete paradigm shift. It's not a complete disassociation from where we were before. Skipping, on the other hand, means that we take both feet off the ground. We completely disconnect where we were, and we go to a new place completely, which has no connection to where we were before. In the journey of growth, this symbolizes a complete quantum leap. There are times in life, and Pesach is one of those times, where we have to look at a paradigm shift. We have to look at things which are hard, look at things in an improved way of doing things completely different, towards greater improvement, towards greater refinement, towards greater spiritual purpose and meaning. And this is the energy of Pesach, where we're able to skip, we're able to jump, just as God did for us in times of old, where he took a nation that was completely steeped and immersed in the impurity of Egypt, in slavery mentality, in spiritual incarceration, and was able to whisk them out to a completely new context in a matter of minutes. So too, when it comes Pesach, we need to be bold and courageous enough to say that there's certain things in my life that I just need to do completely differently. Maybe there's a new mitzvah I need to take on. Maybe there's a new relationship that I need to repair. Not just improve, but repair completely. Let go of hate, let go of resentment, let go completely of the stuff that's holding me back so that I can jump into a new thing. So this coming Pesach, when we eat the matzah, let's let go completely. Let's jump. Let's skip. Let's take both our feet off the ground. Let's find an area in our life where we know we can do better, but it requires a shift. It requires a break from the past and graduating into something completely new. Let's just meditate on that for a few moments. Just close your eyes. Turn your attention to your breathing. Breathing in and out. Focus on the rhythm of life. Focus on inhaling and exhaling. Noticing each breath distinct from the other. And in a atmosphere of consciousness and awareness, just think about where you are. Feel the chair that you're sitting on. Feel the floor that your feet are on. Just notice. In that spirit of focus, try to think of something that you know you need to let go of. A rift in a relationship. A spiritual deficiency. Laziness, jealousy, resentment. Take a moment to try and think of something in your life that you need to let go of. Come back to your breathing and remember that every breath, neshima, is an expression of your neshama, your soul. Especially the essence of your soul, the purity, the infusion of godliness, the injection of infinity. It is only us, not angels, not animals, but us who have the capacity to be infinite. Paradigm shift. Just visualize in your mind someone skipping, running, lifting both feet off the ground. A disconnect from one place, landing in another. Picture that in your mind. It's hard. Picture yourself letting go of something difficult, effort. But we can, dilug, jumping, Pesach, because we have infinity within us, going out of our own Egypt. So come back to your neshama, your breath, connect to your infinity. Let go of ego, let go of something, and be prepared for that Pesach shift. Coming back to where we are, just preparing for Pesach. This is something to think about on a Seder night, particularly when we eat the matzah. Shmura matzah on the first night and second. And as we eat the matzah, the physical matzah, we try to internalize the spiritual freedom. From next week on, we're going to begin a new 8-week series exploring the 7 layers of emotion that we have within our own life experience, and with an introduction, which we'll do next week, about how that all works and what the makeup of the human being is and the personality of our experience and how we improve and refine. Have a wonderful day.